Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and that means getting together with family members who you might not see eye to eye with. But this Thanksgiving, Leslie Jones will come to your house and politely interject when the conversation becomes political.
I'm just thankful that Roe v. Wade was finally overturned.
That's the conversation you want to start right now at this table while everybody's happy during Thanksgiving. While we trying to be happy. You know what? Have some dry-ass turkey and shut the up.
It's insane.
The way I see it is your generation are all a bunch of lazy socialists.
Who is you calling lazy? You can't even bring proper pie to Thanksgiving. And stop kissing the kids in the mouth. That's nasty. They don't like that.
Plus, Leslie can help prevent annoying conversations before they even begin.
Try that MAGA shit. Try it. And I'll tell everybody in this room that you use Nana's Wi-Fi to jack off.
And if that doesn't work, Leslie goes back to basics.
I'll just say, these transgender people... I just...
Can I have some of seven?
I feel...
Leslie will even stop by the kids' table to teach them how to shout down problematic relatives.
No, okay, look, from the diaphragm. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Talking to your family is hard. Watching Leslie Jones shut them down is easy.
And I think it should be acknowledged that this dinner is taking place on Cherokee land.
Shut up! All this land is Cherokee. If we talking about, can you spell indigenous? You can't even spell it, can you? Shut up! Don't agree with me.
Thank you for informing.
Shut up. Who invited me to this?
Available for all holidays where family are included.
Truth. And this is not conspiracy theory. This could be fact if we don't play our cards.
Well, I can agree with what you just said, Savage. Holy moly, I mean...
You make bad news into uncut and uncensored news.
I never know if it's true. I guess it is that Speaker Johnson said there's not a...
Real talk. No filter on Savaged Unfiltered. Savaged.
Buddy, it is I, Jokester Joe, Joseph filling in for Savaged himself. Michael had to be away again. So, yeah, I was going to say how perfect was that opening. But, of course, Leslie is an ultra-leftist loon, so obviously 99% of all that was, of course, projecting her leftist attacks on MAGA, right? There was the one thing about the indigenous land garbage, like we went into on the X live stream this past Saturday at 11, which thank you to the 31,567 people that tuned in Saturdays on X, 11 o'clock-ish every Saturday for our live stream. Make sure you're following Savaged Michael Gardner on X. Why aren't you, if you aren't already? And follow the show. And of course, Savaged Unfiltered, Mondays and Wednesdays. You're watching one of those right now, or listening to one of those right now. And but yeah, and the other thing, theblock105.com, Thursdays 8 p.m. The whole family of Savaged shows. But anyway, back to Leslie. Yes, 99% of that, of course, was anti-MAGA. But as we discussed on X, you're a colonizer, you're a colonizer. No, we didn't purposefully poison the Native Americans. We didn't understand bacteria and viruses like we do today. There was no Wuhan biolab that created smallpox blankets to purposefully genocide the Native Americans. The Native Americans were warring with each other for this same land back and forth long before we got here. Europe warred back and forth forever for land, colonizing each other's land. So this is human nature. Spare me your leftist nonsense. So they at least put the one leftist loon thing that Leslie then shut down. But of course, the point of that was for her and the left to attack MAGA. How dare we bring facts like we did on the X show and like we did on Thanksgiving Thanksgiving night on the Block 105 about the Bradford Colony, Squanto, the Feast of the Tabernacle origins of Thanksgiving that the left hates. The ungrateful little bitches and bastards can't be grateful for all this nation affords them. They would have none of this stuff if they were in Cuba or China or Russia or Venezuela, that they complain about this nation, attack our holidays. And
yeah. Well, I don't know. I signed up to be a soldier, to be a Roman soldier. So we'll see what happens. I mean, all I have to do is just pretend to be my drunk drill sergeant who's going through a divorce, and then there you go.
Well, today is supposed to be about Thanksgiving. Are you going somewhere special for Thanksgiving, Seth?
Well, I'm on the road again, more content creating. So I've been very busy. I'm actually heading home for a little bit before I turn around. So like tomorrow I'm back on the road, and I think, so I'm heading back from Anago, which I was at a meeting. So then I turn around tomorrow. So I pack my bags to go back on the road tomorrow, Friday. So I'm pretty excited. It's busy though.
And that's what we're basically opening with today, the Macy's Day Parade. Did you see the news on, it wasn't attacking the holiday this time per se, although they do attack the holidays in general and as part of their leftist attack on our Judeo-Christian foundations as a nation. This time, they're screaming about free Palestine. Well, here's some Gaza facts. Israel had withdrawn from Gaza more than a decade and a half ago. Gaza has been not occupied, been free. They held their own elections more than a decade and a half ago. And guess what? The terrorists, Hamas, that they elected, then immediately suspended all future elections. Imagine that. But the leftists, not a peep about Hamas suspending elections. Isn't that amazing? And there was a ceasefire for a decade and a half in Gaza until the terrorists, unprovoked fashion, decided to kill a bunch of Jews, behead a bunch of children, rape a bunch of Jewish women. Not one military target was struck in Israel on October 7th.
There's a light shining bright on a deep winter night. So if accidents happen, then all that matters is knowing that somebody's close. So if you're looking out, then there's never a doubt, though you might be afraid now and then, because you know when you find a friend. Don't you be down if you're lost, soon you're found, and there's always someone there to save the day. Life is a mountain you can climb it when you know there's help along the way. With friends like these, no, you're never alone, 'cause they'll always guide the way back home. I've got to break all the feelings. You gotta be strong, you gotta be kind, you gotta be true. Oh, you will feel a warm together. Love is a light, shimmering bright, shining on you. 'Cause friends like these will always guide the way back home.
A magical Christmas with Lidl. Gift a toy to Lidl's Toy Bank and share the magic.
Things with Dunkin' are going well. Big promotion. Made me brand ambassador. We gotta come up with a drink name, but it's not easy, right? Nowadays with social media, the kids, it's gotta be authentic. How are people gonna connect you with Dunkin'?
Yeah, I'm a Dunkin' girl.
I'm not seeing it.
Ice Spice. My fans are the Munchkins.
Where you going with this?
Ice Spice Munchkins drink.
I got an idea. Collabs like they do, right? I spit bars with you. We're called Vanilla Ice Spice. Here I am. I'm with Dunkin'. You go.
Yet, of course, they accuse Israel of genocide in Gaza, who are striking military targets that the Hamas terrorists are hiding under hospitals and using fellow Muslims as human shields. No one kills more Muslims than Islamic radicals. They don't care how many fellow Muslims die as long as they get to kill Jews and Christians along the way. And Israel even dropped leaflets. Hey, we're going to be bombing here. Get out. There's terrorist headquarters under here. Get out. But all these facts be damned. They were out, of course, trying to interrupt the Macy's Day Parade. Normally it's just about attacking our traditions. This time it was kind of a twofer, attacking Thanksgiving, and also Greg Gutfeld talk about the attacks on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like clockwork, fierce progressives and the media, well, they're trying to ensure that your Thanksgiving becomes a battleground. They want to turn your humble turkey talk into a full-fledged political smackdown. The amazing New York Times running this piece from a psychologist, which encourages liberals to confront politically incorrect family members at the dinner table. My mama would not allow it. And check out this headline from The Nation, which says, quote, should America keep celebrating Thanksgiving? Apparently we need to decolonize the turkey feast and replace it with a truce giving. Greg, would you celebrate truce giving, where basically you just sit around and talk about how horrible America is?
Isn't that what we do now?
Yeah.
You know, I believe this is now part of the Thanksgiving tradition, which is to protest the Thanksgiving tradition. It's a new layer of customs that we can discuss as opposed to the food, the family, the weather patterns. It sure beats the traffic reports. But there's one thing that people have to remember. Colonizer is now a racist term, because what's it mean? If I call you a colonizer, what does that mean? It means you're white, right?
Yeah.
So decolonizer.
I know a few black ones.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Let me write that down.
Yes.
I'll get some names for you.
But so if you're going to decolonize, I don't know. I mean, it's basically we're talking about the removal of people who have the stain of some kind of lineage. It's a nice way of saying cracker. So I think from now on, Joey, when I see you, I'm going to say, what's up, my colonizer?
Dana, I feel like Thanksgiving, I'm going right past that one,
oh, my God.
Yeah, real quick. I feel like
I love the way Gutfeld interjects humor, because I've been saying for decades, we need more of that. It's why I'm known as Jokester Joe, right? I try to interject serious points with comedy. That gets past people's defenses more than if you sit down and say, you know, I want to have a serious conversation with you. They shut down. They just shut down. Blah, 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 fingers in the ear. Oh, I don't hear you. I don't hear you. Whereas with jokes, you could get it past, which brings me to, like I discussed on X live stream. And if you're not listening to the X live stream, why not? You're missing out. As well as the Block105.com, the entire Savaged family of shows. And yes, also thank you, Shaky, my Constitutionalist Politics book. I go into these things. The left's hate of America. But every 4th of July, I watch a Robert Zemeckis film with Leslie Nielsen. You know him from Airplane and the Police Squad or Stories or whatever those movies were. Great comedy, serious undertones about Chris Farley playing a Mikey Moron character left-wing America hater, visited like a Christmas Carol style, that's why it's an American Carol, by three spirits to turn him from his idiotic leftist ways of hating America, because in that movie he sets out to try a campaign to eliminate the 4th of July. So what Greg and Joey Jones were discussing there isn't anything new. It goes back decades. An American Carol you can find on YouTube came out decades ago, makes the same point about the American left hatred of America and doing anything and everything to attack our foundations and our traditions, including 4th of July, including Thanksgiving. So a little tie back to that. And also for those who didn't learn in school, because you only get part of the story. As I discussed on the X live stream, I'm sorry if some of you are hearing this again, but it's important. The Bradford colony, you all know, came over on the Mayflower, was supposed to go to Virginia, got blown off course, landed in Massachusetts, Plymouth Rock. The Bradford colony, what you don't know, the Mayflower Compact was a Marxist, communist, socialist compact, a commonwealth.
Joseph, you know, if you got that coupon code, they can help them out with that. So
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
For kind of different content, I definitely wanted to follow and subscribe to Echo Report.
So what a commonwealth
puts you right out. You know,
and
like
maintaining the balance of our.
Hey, grab me one too.
Jokester Joe
failed
Savage.
Like communism always does. They almost all starved to death because more and more in the colony were going to get a equal share of everything, so did less and less work. There wasn't enough food. They almost all starved to death. Squanto and the Native Americans came and bailed them out. Bradford then instituted personal private property, personal rights, individual freedoms, individual responsibility. And that, as they say, the rest is history. What America went on to become, rather than a communist failed nation like the Bradford colony originally started out with. They learned. The youth of today, too stupid to learn from history and how it fails time after time after time. And yeah, American history and the left hating on America, the terror strikes coming soon to a city near you. QR code was just up a minute ago. I go into a little bit of that in that historical fiction book. It's not just about terrorism. It's not about death. It's about life and living. The terrorism thread is just the theme that ties it all together. And the bottom line, American fascocrats destroying us within as bad, if not worse, than foreign terrorists. But hopefully you didn't have all that serious discussion over Thanksgiving. But now you know, as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story to discuss it in pleasant company that's open to actual facts over leftist, unicorn fart delusion, communist propaganda nonsense.
Savage Unfiltered.
Believe that's the end of it. I work too hard.
Now, you know what? They say that we shouldn't be thankful for Thanksgiving because we're all colonizers, and we should tell the truth of what we've done. Does anyone in this country not think that the Native Americans, that the Native Indian Americans were here first? We all know that. We all admit to it. They were here first. You can watch any cowboy movie. They were here first. Okay?
This segment is epic.
Okay? And you know what? The unfair part of it is that a lot of them live on tribal lands, which are not as nice as they should be. I mean, no one has lied about that. So get over it.
I just want to let UK PETA know I'm going to eat a flightless bird for every sentence that said turkeys don't want to be eaten.
Here goes
All
Savage
right.
Turkey.
The facts.
Savage.
Another
Unfiltered.
great segment from the Five there. They had their show, if you missed it, obviously also was a Thanksgiving-centric oriented special. But the other thing I wanted to mention is that we know Media Matters watches this show and attacks the show like they do so many other conservative, or like I call my show, the Constitutionalist Politics Podcast. Any show that actually deals in facts, Media Matter has to attack. I was on Rick Walker's Maverick News show the other day too, and for you former Rush Limbaugh fans, rest in peace, brother, he used to say Media Matters, seminar callers. Right, we had a left-wing loon do that, wouldn't show his face on camera, wouldn't give his real name, and it's clear why. He was a Media Matters seminar caller. He wanted to talk about how Trump is bad for the Republican Party, and he, as a supposed conservative small government Republican, opposes Trump. And of course, at every turn, I was able to trick him and trap him into proving he was anything but a small government conservative Republican. He supports every big government boondoggle on the planet. But anyway, so hi Media Matters, we know you're out there. All you can do is lie. We tell the truth here, right? You can go to savagedarmy.com, facts over fear. That's one of the things we deal with here. The savagedarmy.com merchandise, all kinds of it. One of the pieces is facts over fear. Another piece is my phrase, principles, not personalities. That's what we deal in here. We deal in facts, not spin. If somebody on the right deserves to be called out, in my opinion, I call them out. I'm not a partisan hack.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
I criticize Trump at times. Yes, I'm supporting him in 2024. But no one is God. They are all humans. I coined the phrase nincompoop for Pope Francis. As a Catholic, he's more interested in communism than Catholicism. No one is above criticism. No one is perfect. We are going to have disagreements. So the left, however, of course, can't sell what they're really trying to peddle.
Wow, this food is amazing, Mom.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yes, Mrs. Hontes, the corn is very delicious.
Well, I'm glad you like it, John, but again, our last name isn't Hontes.
Yeah, we don't have last names, John.
Oh, right. Sorry, I guess I messed up again.
I guess you did.
It's okay, John. You're doing fine.
I'm just so nervous. I really want your family to like me.
They do like you.
Would you excuse me for a sec? I just have to use the restroom.
Oh, okay.
Well, John seems nice.
He is, Mom. And thanks again for welcoming him to Thanksgiving dinner, even though he's...
A pale face?
Grandpa, that's not nice. You're being prejudiced.
I'm not prejudiced. I just see that The pale faces are taking over. They're everywhere now.
Maybe cool it with the pale face talk, Dad.
What? We can't say that now? So what are they called?
I think just white people.
White people? But they're not white, they're pale.
Guys, stop it. He's gonna hear you.
Oh, phew. I guess my stomach was a little upset. I feel a lot better now.
Look, he didn't even wash. His hands are bone dry.
So, John, Pocahontas tells us you're turning 30 soon.
Yep. Yeah. Couple of weeks.
And you do know she's 12, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Hey, I have an idea. Why don't we all go around the table and share something that we're thankful for?
Oh, I love that idea. Well,
I'll
thankful
start.
for...
I'm thankful for our land and our great and mighty chief. And let's hope he finally builds that wall.
Grandpa?
What? We need a wall. I heard those illegal settlers are coming over here with their diseases and guns, and we need to protect our borders.
That's just so rude and offensive, Grandpa.
Yeah, where'd you even hear a thing like that?
Fox.
Grandpa, you gotta stop talking to that crazy old fox.
He knows what's up. He makes a lot more sense than that lying peacock you talk to.
You know what? It's okay. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Exactly.
Can we just have a nice Thanksgiving dinner without you bringing up politics?
Fine by me.
Yes.
Please.
You know what? I think I have to excuse myself again.
Oh, sure. Okay, babe. Grandpa, you're being a bigot.
Is John okay? That's the second time he's excused himself.
Maybe because Grandpa keeps freaking him out.
Or maybe because he's stealing from us.
What? John doesn't steal.
I'm just saying, since those illegals showed up, a lot of things have gone missing lately. Buffaloes, land.
But Grandpa, white people have made some good contributions to our land.
Oh, right, like those ugly blankets that are getting everybody sick.
Who told you the blankets are getting people sick?
The fox. He knows what's up. He also said these illegals...
Stop calling them illegals. They're just regular, hard-working people seeking refuge.
And since when is it our job to take care of this world's problems?
Okay, Dad, that's enough.
Hey, guys, I should maybe get going.
Bone dry again.
Stop it. John, please stay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about my father. He's just a little old-fashioned.
Oh, it's not that. I just think my stomach is having a hard time digesting this food. I saw some whole corn kernels in my stool, and I specifically remember chewing them all.
Yeah, that happens to me, too.
Me too.
Yeah, it's something about the skin on the corn. I think it doesn't break down.
Oh.
But that doesn't make sense because it's only some of them in my stool.
Right, like 3 or 4.
Yes, I saw exactly 4 just now in my stool.
And I saw 3 yesterday. Wow, John, I guess we have a few things in common after all.
Yeah, I guess so. Friends?
Friends. I'm not touching your hand. You just crapped twice and your hands are bone dry.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Grandpa!
Hi, folks. I'm Will Ferrell. And if you're anything like me, you know there's a lot of problems in this crazy, crazy sketch. I mean, white actors playing natives? What is this, 2014? But no matter what year it is, or what color we are, or whether we get our news from a fox or a peacock, one thing's for sure. None of us can digest corn. And that's what's important. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, you're kind of a day behind.
Right, yeah, we're not traditional, so yeah, nothing happened on Thursday. I think I had a cheese sandwich or something. It happened here.
Because, of course, oh, can you hear that? Somebody's trying to Skype me now. I unplugged the phone, but now somebody's trying to Skype me.
Whenever you need to know about these, so like if they're probably wanting to help you with the code, the promo code to get the CBD products. Because whenever you got some aching joints, there's nothing better than the CBD product to rub on there.
Because of course. So
lefties across the globe are losing it. They're having meltdowns, causing chaos, and leaving a trail of disruption in their wake. Gender, race, sexuality, climate, there's no limit to what will trigger them. They're unpredictable, erratic, and in the eyes of Sky News All-Star Rita Panahi, completely hilarious. Rita Panahi exposes the lefties who are losing it across the globe. A meltdown trigger for lefties is gender. Assuming someone's gender can lead to a major outburst.
And things took a nasty turn when one of the dancing, chanting protesters was apparently misgendered. Here the protester claims she's a man and points to her pronoun badge. It's proof. Again, charming stuff.
And historically, celebrities have shied away from commenting on gender publicly for fear of being cancelled. But the tide is now changing and the lefties aren't happy.
Let's start with lefties having a meltdown because music legend Santana said this during a concert.
A woman is a woman and a man is a man.
The Los Angeles Times was among a host of publications claiming that Carlos Santana went on an anti-trans rant on stage. It didn't sound like much of a rant to me, and I've watched the longer version.
Dylan Mulvaney is perhaps the most well-known lefty that has lost it on several occasions, mainly triggered by...
Savage Unfiltered on iHeartRadio.
I don't misgender you. You misgender you. I actually know the science. I also know the real climate science, not your political science, your pseudoscience, your ClimateGate emails, which demonstrated you purposely fudged the data to create results that you want. But no, the real science, the biology is you, Dylan, are still a male. Dylan, you are still a male. You still have your male parts. So I am not misgendering you. You are. There are XX, XY, all else are not very, well, here I am at a inability to pull the term out of my head that I am looking for here. Mutations, there it is. There's the word. Yay! I got it. XX, XY, and then mutations. All else is an intellectual unicorn fart delusion that you think you are a gender that you are not. Now, that's not to say, like we've had Levon DuPont on the show, and I find Levon to be a wonderful person, and I can empathize and sympathize with Levon. That doesn't change my position. It doesn't mean I'm going to be mean to Levon. There's plenty of things I can agree with Levon on. Blair White, if you're aware of the walk away movement, transgender, male to female. If you see a picture of her, I hope I called her there. I know I'm going to upset some people there. But if you see a picture of Blair trying to avoid pronouns whatsoever, without knowing that that's Blair White, and Blair is a male dressed as a female, you would think that's a pretty darn good-looking woman.
Hey, Redman is in the building, marijuana smoker, all about them bars, Jersey's finest, you already know. Attention, all podcasters and DJs. Now you can get your own 1-hour show on the air. You can get your own 1-hour show on the air weekly. Yes, the Block 105 Radio. What are you talking about? You don't know about that. Get your own spot on the air weekly on the Block 105. I'm talking about worldwide shit, not no local neighborhood crap. I'm talking about worldwide shit. Reach new fans all over the globe. DM my homeboy, Aura EC. That's Aura EC. Yes, Rick, but REC. The hip-hop mayor, the Block 105 Radio, and step your game up. You want your own 1-hour show? Go for it. REC is the move. Hip-hop mayor, you got to see him. Redman and I approve this message.
Again, with feeling.
Oh, yeah!
Need a new tune?
Let me talk to you! Snap it to a Slim Jim!
Get savage.
Down to the spice!
Unacceptable!
Yeah! You excitement, snap it to a Slim Jim! Oh, yeah!
Broadcast live on your radio station, anywhere, at any time. Did you know with Radio King you can broadcast in 2 different modes? Automatic mode, where you schedule your content in advance to broadcast automatically, and live mode, where you speak live on air with a live broadcasting software, such as Virtual DJ, Mix, Butt, Radio Boss, and many more. Broadcasting live is incredibly simple. All you need is an internet connection, a live broadcasting software, and a microphone. Broadcasting live on your radio station is a great way to let your personality shine. As you get more confident, your listeners will get to know you better and will start coming back regularly to your radio for more content. It also gives you a chance to interact with them in real time. So, what are you waiting for? Click on the link below to create your radio station and start broadcasting today. Get heard everywhere with Radio King.
Let's get back to Savage.
Losing it, the ladies of The View. This time it was Whoopi's turn. She lost it over a little joke about maternity leave. Look at how perturbed she is here, recounting this joke, which she claims isn't funny at all, even though her audience and her co-hosts are laughing at it.
An attempted joke at last weekend's political roast held by DC journalist, the Gridiron Dinner. Pence claimed Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg took 2 months of, quote, maternity leave during the nationwide airline crisis, which makes Pete the only person in human history to have a child, and everyone else gets postpartum depression.
That's the joke.
Yeah. Now, I will point out that this joke wasn't funny when Tucker Carlson did it. It wasn't funny when Lauren Boebert did it. It's just not funny. It's just not a funny joke.
Your own audience
But it is a funny joke.
Yeah, your own audience will be disagreed with you. They laughed. It's pretty funny. It's factual based because Pete, of course, adopted a child, could not have a child. 2 males cannot have a child together. A male doesn't have a womb. We discussed this on Wham Radio a couple Saturdays ago. Ed Bondarenka's Your American Heritage show, which will be on later every Saturday. His show airs 2 o'clock. You could go to whamradio.com, hit the listen live button. But the Monty Python skit, do you recall that from The Life of Brian? If not, go back and find it. You can't be a man, Stan. You don't have the equipment. Well, we all have to agree that he can have the right to pretend to be a woman. No. No, Monty Python called this crap out decades ago. They were ahead of their time. They all saw it coming. At any rate, if we've got any more inserts, I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of winding down, losing my steam.
Losing it in Sweden. Women from the climate group Restore Wetlands glued their hands to a Monet painting and uttered hysterical lies about the end of the world.
Situationen är akut. Pandemin var ingenting jämfört med klimatkollapsen. Det som kommer kan vi inte ens föreställa oss. Barn och äldre dör först.
I mean, jail. You've got to put them in jail. You cannot have great works of art continuously attacked like that. It doesn't matter if they've got protective glass. You can't tolerate that kind of behaviour.
You all right there, love?
Do you know what you're doing here with your engine idling?
No, what?
You are polluting the atmosphere.
Really?
You're just sitting here without a care of the world with your engine running,
Okay.
and you don't care who you're polluting.
Okay.
Fumes from this car are going in through all the windows and all the ventilation.
Hey lady, you're breathing CO2 out your mouth. If that's a pollutant, you're polluting. Why don't you remove yourself from the planet? Your rant and raving, based on your definition, is polluting the planet. These morons. Back to the transgender thing. If you don't know, Riley Gaines got a judicial ruling. She has been reinstituted. She is going to be able to compete for medals again, away from the records that were taken away from the women by the males. I don't know all the details. The details are just coming in, but good news on that front. Riley Gaines has got an injunction against the NCAA. More details will, of course, come over the next few weeks. So with that, I think we'll wrap things up for this episode of Savaged Unfiltered. Again, tune into the entire Savaged family of shows. Savaged Unfiltered, Mondays and Wednesdays are the normal traditional drop days. Anywhere podcasts are heard. And of course, theblock105.com. We are on theblock105.com every Thursday with a new show, 8 p.m. That's theblock105.com. If you're not in Atlanta, you won't hear it over the airwaves. You could go to the website, click the Listen Live link there, and of course, Saturday mornings, X live stream. You need to be tuning into the whole family of shows, or you're missing out. And of course, officially be a Savaged Army member. Go to savagedarmy.com and get a Roar shirt. No, we're not talking Katy Perry softcore porn, raw, Roar video fanboy-ish. We're talking Restore Our American Republic. You don't have to talk to people. Get a Roar shirt from savagedarmy.com and put where you stand, that we are not a democracy. We are a republic, and we must restore our Judeo-Christian ethic foundations and restore our American republic. And yes, don't forget Michael Gardner's Americans Political Warfare, our Modern Civil War book. If you're seeing this on video, you can see the QR code is up there on display. That'll take you to the Amazon page to buy his book. I think it's the Amazon page. Is that right, Shaky? I'm talking to Shaky, waiting for him to now type back. This QR code, yes, he says, yes. This QR code will take you to the Amazon page, as I thought. And of course, all my books are available on Amazon also. Terror Strikes Coming Soon to a City Near You, Constitutionalist Politics book, which corresponds with my Constitutionalist Politics show that drops every Saturday morning on Buzzsprout. Also can be found later on iHeart and TuneIn and Spotify, all those places, as well as how to write a book and get it published, hints, tips, and techniques, which Michael has said in the past partly helped and inspired his A Modern Civil War book to come out. I've helped several authors with books that will be out in the next several months. If you don't want to write your own book, not interested in publishing your own book, think of how to write a book and get it published, hints, tips, and techniques, like a tell-all book. But I don't mention any Kardashians. It's not that kind of tell-all. Think of it as a behind the scenes. What does an author like me or Michael or Stephen King or Tom Clancy or James Patterson go through to get a book together, out and available for you to put on your bookshelf and read? So you don't have to want to write a book. You can get the book as a behind-the-scenes look of what happens with an author in the publishing industry. How do all these books land up at the bookstore? And with that, I think we will close it out. Thank you for tuning in to another Savaged Unfiltered episode. Next episode, Michael probably will return. I assume he will probably get out of the duct tape restraints and climb out of the trunk. I got him locked in by next week. Oh, I wasn't supposed to let that out. No, Michael was away. I appreciate the chance to fill in with you today. Take care, everybody. God bless.